isolate Twisted, right, on some of these burst plays that Vitality make, but you got to argue then they've obviously gone for Zipan for some
Navi on defense,
information gathering, right? But
Vitality on attack.
If you're going to look to stack these rounds on defense, we'll have to see how it plays out, but you got to argue that the breach would be a more comfortable pick.
We'll check back in on that and just make note, and we'll see how we feel about it once this game develops. Already, speaking of developing though, it looks like that Alien's coming in. Yes, a little noted presence towards that B side.
And their preference lies here, time and time again for split Vitality.
Again, a lot of Navi, a lot of this defense is on these two, especially Sky getting info to make sure they can stack heavy.
Xiao tucked into the corner, and Zipan first. Information finder committed.
I was going to say, actually, with Twist and Ambo,
I like how they're approaching this though. Very heavy, just for sight shut down at the beginning. Again, double duelist comp, you got to try and prove that you can actually hold on to the site, because you got two people that can dive in.
But they've got to make a go of this soon, and here it comes. Let's see how this works out. How much pressure can they get towards the site? Xiao's been deleted. Lovely
Damn, that's a nice start from Bone Cold.
Used to be just the Sheriff you look good on, but a classic ain't too bad either. Now, yes, Zipan was here.
Jesus.
And that's 3 right back to them. Support in
Oh god, the 3v5 crumbled so fast. Oh my goodness, Spike was a little bit slow getting over towards the site, and Zipan has just hit everything.
So again, a little bit of a unfortunate circumstance there,
but absolutely crumbled.
After that, Zipan holds his ground. And again, no overinvestment there. He doesn't swing out. He's not desperate to really find this. Spacing not ideal from CNED, no.
Oh yeah, Vitality are the ones that literally cannot win pistol rounds, aren't they?
Again, by this point, it's bought so much time. Navi are able to actually get this rotation across. So
yeah, used to
actually going for a spam through his wall.
Used to losing pistols. Oh god.
And the third. Twiston finally responds, but down to
man, this gun
HP.
against no armor is just so sick.
Rejoins his teammate through sewers. It'll be difficult for them to really find anything else in this.
Yeah, not a spot for themselves, Dennis. Just for the region.
Spotting out both players now. So again, Navi not known to make mistakes in these scenarios, quite disciplined. And you can see already how deep they are sitting on this. There is no easy, comfortable kill to be had. No one is willing to take those easy fights, one sent deep towards CT, the other all the way back round towards the CT side of A. And again, you've got that B main control as well. So they're giving them just enough rope. And I think Angel getting that information.
I mean, they're on top of this though.
And Sugetsu going to be put to task. Yeah, Twistum already low, and you can imagine, yeah, Sender not too far behind. So this is going to be one that feels pretty much done for and is very clean round there. CNED having a nice little fun time in mid.
Absolutely, yeah. And the one thing that's concerning, I think, looking back to
the money in terms of this one, they only get one kill. Here come the rifles.
And again, we've had this conversation before. There's lots of people that kind of speculate as to how big an issue it is, but the problem being there was a couple of bonus rounds that are converted.
Did Angel just change his gun to drop up, maybe?
With 4 surviving for Navi, you've got to say they've got a pretty good shot at it. Look at this inventory here.
It's fabulous, isn't it? Switching between the Guardian and Phantom.
It's a very good bonus in terms of this one.
This actually enables the operator purchase if he goes with the Guardian, but settles for the Vandal instead.
That's fair enough.
In terms of how Vitality approaches this, nothing too early. They went for a bit of early B pressure. Slow came in and then they insta-rotated once the slow went down. Smoke towards middle, but this whole time they got vision, so that's not really going to work.
The awareness from Navi seems highly focused towards it. And again, yes, they're well aware they are here. Wonder when they pull over that third.
Nice trip. Nice trip for that. It's kind of cool. He gets this when they jump up here and just in case they're going early as well for the jet. So I like the trip, to be honest with you. You have like 2 chances of hitting someone, and with a double dive comp with 2 people, you increase the chances of it. It's a nice start here though. This person on site has to go huge. They killed a lot because it's still doable. Angel has to go 2 though. Oh my god, Bungie.
Sets up Xiao for a chance, but it's not clean enough. Mozzie down low, but the site's there.
The trip kind of owned him in the end because his pre-aim was pretty good for 1, and then he decided to change for the person on the trip, understandably.
1v4 with Xiao's HP, as good as dead in this scenario. So you're going to try and isolate Sender here, though.
How are they not?
Okay,
why are they?
aware of Twiston. Oh lord, this is vintage CNED.
Oh god.
The double stack.
Thank god they got that kill.
I think he might have an idea, CNED. Testing, toy.
Holy hell, that was almost insane from CNED. He gave himself a chance into that one. The double swing came in, I thought it was good. Dashes into the corner, gave himself a chance to win it. Very nice damage though. So we get a full swing round into this. Has his knives as well, but looking like he was going to save it for the next round in case he loses.
And again, diverting through Heaven here worked so well for them. It looked so aware of maybe Twiston was going to go for that burst towards the site, but no, up towards Heaven and took that.
Why didn't they smoke spawn at all? They didn't have the smokes. They used one over towards middle early on. I don't think the recharge would come down.
They'd already taken that space so well, and similar scenes, but a new look this time. Already got CNED posted up towards that side.
Damn, they go straight in. They keep changing up their trips. They got another one.
No one to follow this up just yet.
Look at this one.
Held back a little bit more. CNED ready towards
and
Heaven.
This is Navi shutting down the far side hits. So they've achieved the overall goal of making sure that they feel like they can't just carry on diving the actual site itself. And yeah, A is definitely on lockdown, so the chance of Vitality calling to go A again and do a heavy dive like this is kind of low.
A number of times where he's so self-sufficient that he can be kind of 2 or 3 steps ahead of the rest of his team. Moles is that second layer to kind of satchel in. But if they can isolate that kill time and time again, that's when it kind of becomes very concerning.
Noted the additional man being CNED this time, just posted up towards Heaven.
Yeah, that's the trip for when you double satchel in and you land on top of here. So they've definitely looked at a lot of the pathing that Vitality like to do. So looking like Navi were 100% sure that Vitality were going to be picking this one. Done some good research into it. Like we said, big swing round, forces them down. They got one hero gun that does get a kill, and now they can snowball. They decided to try contact walk in with the rifle. It's kind of nice. Yeah, and there's guns here. And they honestly have a res, but they're not going to feel super comfy to do it.
Zipan with a dirty deep angle there, finding moles. These Seekers going to make things more problematic, and we need Twiston to do well here. Trying to work off the back of those Seekers.
Damn, the swing off the Seekers. Wow, they give him like no space here. They rotate instantly. Seekers was great. Zipan is having an absolute game at the moment. I'm liking a lot of the double swings that are coming in.
If you're playing for those kill traps, obviously, whether it's Angel or somebody else to swing off them.
10 and 3, 7 and 2. Yeah, they've both had a lot of impact in terms of this one.
Pump the brakes very early on here on split.
It was a nice try for the eco, but this is now them talking, and like maybe this is a little bit too obvious, right? Game plan at the beginning for Vitality, we're just going to do the double dive comp, try and head over towards A, and then now that's been fully shut down, so now they're calling a timeout. Might be a little bit too obvious for this one, and they're either going to go over towards middle or B, I imagine.
This composition kind of relies on Vitality death balling towards the side, maybe
and we'll see how Navi's going to approach this one, because they'll probably be thinking similar to how I'm thinking. And yeah, we'll see if they're actually going to need to change anything up.
You can see Zala really going through the options as best he can here. A couple more seconds to try and talk it through, but they do need to find that adjustment.
Hey, I'm not convinced, spreading thin on the default is actually the response here.
It's red and see Navi not trolling. Yeah, they were definitely trying stuff for the first 3 weeks or so. Now they're back to the norm. It was getting a bit too close. Right, we talked about them. Obviously, A was getting shut down. They need to change their game plan. Hasn't worked at the beginning. It's a rough start for them. And Navi on top of this as well. Instead of having 3 people over towards A at the beginning, they got Jet. They're trying to set up the Jet early. And we are holding over towards middle this time with 2 people instead of the 1 person there was before. So good change up from both teams.
A lesson learned, trying to be a bit of a fact finder in that previous round. And a proactive stance from CNED over towards A.
Damn, this is really proactive. Flashing through, getting info. And he wanted to try to get a kill and get away with this one. Smoke goes down, so he falls back.
Vitality are gonna try and approach.
Didn't fully see what happened over towards A, but we do have a bit of a rotate. Oh my goodness.
Was sighted in B main, but
let's hope that was a one-off.
Fairly deep right now.
Little remix. Molly goes down and they beat the Molly, so this is kind of nice, and they're going to catch him when there's 2 people here. Yeah, this was a nice burst from them. Wow, this was this is probably the most decisive. That's right.
Angel wins out towards Heaven. Gonna pop the ult. Should get the full picture now. Challenge from Molzy loses that one. He has to go away with a tail between his legs. It was on 1 HP there. Does get the heal off Bone Cold, but now into the post plant we go. 3 still standing against the 4. Make it 3 now. Angel doing well for himself.
They even consider?
Storm. Bone Cold needs it. Can't get it.
Oh
it's
boy.
Destrian with the trade, but it's still a 2v2. Time is ticking. Angel goes down. And
holy hell, okay. Sender managed to clean it up, 21 HP. This was a little bit close.
This is exactly what I'm talking
Yeah,
about. This kind of relies on Twist and being
when CNED managed to make Bone Cold just whiff everything, that was worrying. I tell you what I really like from Vitality, and I rarely see this these days, is a decisive plan as soon as they've beaten the Viper util towards middle. Especially when you know the Viper is playing over towards vents and just doing the molly. Like, it's a good cue that a lot of the time there's 3 over towards A. So I really liked how decisive they were. As soon as they realized they beat this Viper smoke over towards middle, everyone in place just instantly take heaven and just hit the side itself. Navi were not ready for that. I honestly rarely see that. A lot of people don't plan that far ahead in terms of they just plan of beating the Viper smoke itself, and then they get map control of here and here, and then they do the next plan. This was literally just like, we have a set protocol. If we can beat this and we have people in the right positions, we just absolutely send it. So they got the timing right on it. It was cool. Honestly, I haven't seen that for a long time.
Twisted just looking to burst once again.
Nice spot to the back of sight. Nice shot. Still have to be scared of close left. Nice shots at the moment.
The monsters on the site. CNED with 1 already. Spike now down.
Damn, the double swings by both teams are good.
The double swing was fantastic from Vitality. Now there's problems. Angel.
Yeah, got to secure it. Nicely done from Molzy. Molzy, Twiston did fantastic. All of the duelists playing well at the moment. That was cool.
Precarious, volatile, dangerous, statistically out of sorts. Credit to Twiston again. 2nd time he's found these entries, and they have not been easy for him by any means. But
coming in, big round.
Into a round now.
Particularly starting on split here. I think you look at the numbers again from the previous series. I think Twiston only came out positive in 1 head-to-head overall. I mean, QT absolutely outclassed him. So to have him come in here, start on split, and be playing like this is a huge positive for Vitality. As the season, as the series progresses.
They managed to win a few in a row and then starting to break the econ here. So yeah, this is very good for Vitality at the moment.
Look at the minimap.
Definitely ever since the pause been looking a little bit better, but now they're starting to go over towards more of the A hits, but they've created pressure over towards middle, over towards B in terms of the current rounds and the past rounds, had success there. Now looking like they want to go over towards A. The question is, are they going to do this or are they going heaven? Looking like they want to go site.
A lot towards Angel, a lot towards Zipan. Zipan's been wonderful though. Very, very good at this so far. Now, Cena's decided to join them. Spots the players.
Wow, the double swing comes in, they get instantly punished. 4 people here.
Still many bodies left to find here.
Yeah, thank God he didn't overpick that one.
Don't shoulder that again, buddy.
Oh, the paranoia was... Oh, the support system there from Sugetsu. Saves CNED, essentially.
They take a lot of map control. The luck goes in terms of a TP. Damn. Are they going to win this?
Just drifting. Destry and Molzy, what do? Okay, 1 by pillar, 1 backside. What's Molzy got? Not much. Okay, well, Destrin's position's noted, but they've lost CNED for it. And now Molzy gets the next layer of contact. They can sit a little deeper.
I like that.
It's getting dangerous, sure, but time is still on their side. The shots aren't coming through, and now Xiao left with it all to do. At 1v2, 1 shot's great.
Holy hell.
Has he got
the
time?
Shots that were hit on this round were mad.
Just about on the time here. I think he's fine on this one. Fantastic round
Yeah,
from
the
Xiao.
shots were crazy this round. From just everyone.
Like
sick clutch from Xiao. Good 1v2, picks up the op as well.
Wow, what a crazy back and forth. CNED finding a couple of freebies, I gotta say it.
CNED did great as well though.
Bails him out to keep him alive in this round. Great response here. The reactionary paranoia from Destrian. Beautiful. To try and isolate that kill.
And it would have worked.
We're worried about Sender kind of shouldering that, but actually the confirmation on the back of that, immediately Destrian's there with the support. And then actually TP's back towards side.
Boy, the wall.
Really impressive.
Twiston's going for the updraft here.
There we go. Twiston, where are we off to? Oh. And I guess they're waiting for a little bit more pressure to come through. Now he has a little look. Nothing's there. Now remember,
nothing here, but they take a lot of this. I mean, I like that instead of using it for an early pick, which is what they used to do, they actually make sure they take a lot of map control with it in terms of getting heaven. Double rotate comes in.
Rotations are on the way. 2 more players coming
over.
Very
early, Xiao and Sugetsu actually. There's a gap in mid.
Zipan's not gonna
kind of
Oh god,
pivot
he
away
is.
from this.
Zip, and the timing's not there for him. Angel, quick
Damn.
but the follow-up. Second claim, Bone Cold down 5 HP, but he's trying to find desperate information to work off.
He
Send
did
the
everything
Destin.
though. He
But
managed
now,
to get
the
2 in that
3v3.
situation.
Spike yet to go down, but it should be on the way. Destrian dipping towards the side, but it's Sugetsu once again finding Twisted kind of in between a rock and a hard place.
This is
Putting it all into the hands
crazy
of
right
Sender
now.
in the 1v2. Both towards CT and not a shot in hell. Sugetsu finds him.
I mean,
Navi
Angel did
desperate to
insane
prevent
here.
the spike
How did he
going
get
down
2?
in so many of these rounds. Happy to catch an early rotation.
What did he
Get
survive
bodies
on?
in
Like,
place and
was it
literally
5
play,
HP?
you know,
I think I
potentially
saw.
a 3v4
It was
or
real
a
close to
4v5
being a different round because of that
ahead of
duel.
Vitality even hitting the site.
He got a little bit unlucky with that one. Yeah, 5
half a
HP.
second earlier, he's probably good for 1 or 2 in that situation.
That's devastating.
And yeah, rightfully said, Angel goes huge to find 2 kills there. Confirmation with the neural theft behind, again, removing the possibility of any lurk coming through from Destrian or Sender. Well, I had a chat with one of the French casters.
Yeah, talk to me.
Just before we came on.
Yeah, how'd that
He
go?
was like, oh, Series 2, what do you think? I was like, yeah, 2-0, 2-1 maybe, but should be a relatively smooth one. He was like, no tech pauses today.
Oh.
I went, no, I don't think so, actually, no.
Should I have a little look down? I do see an admin behind Navi. Let me get out my chair.
CNET's causing problems again.
It's always CNET.
He's
He's a troublemaker, he is.
He's kicking
It
off.
does look like it might. Yeah, no, Vitality.
He's kicking off.
On both sides, hold on.
It's all kicking off.
It's all, it's all gone P-Tom. Looking. Okay, so we're just gonna find out what it is. Looks like it's just a little chat from one of the players with the ref. So.
See the trips? Nah, we'll go back in. They got
see
some new
Angel
ones.
laughing at
Dude, they're
half.
really trying to counter the double dive with the Cypher
Probably
trips at the
actually very
moment.
severe
Is
in
it just
Angel's
more?
Chat. Does look as though everything
We're
is
out.
tickety-boo. We are back on the way. Thank
Yeah.
you for the patience.
Okay,
No
we're
idea.
back into it. We got a lot of ults. Where's the money at?
Just to note as well, there's another
Low on 2 of them.
really,
Look at this.
really
Oh
weird.
god, they
Oh,
decided to go for the TP across and they get
Attempting
insta
potentially to
punished
bait
for
that
it.
TP out, but
Yeah, they
punished
wanted
off
to
the rip.
TP
Res
across,
is
get a
available.
lot of B main control for free. Your smoker goes down like that. It's
This
an
literally looks like a
absolute
bronze
nightmare.
lobby setup for a
Is a
Cypher.
low
It's
buy,
like-
but yeah.
But it's all targeted
I didn't
towards
check the actual
Molesey's, you know,
trips.
pathing on the satchels and also Twiston's
I'm not even sure I'm
dash,
gonna
and
see them now.
They obviously haven't got the res yet.
Hello?
Maybe looking for a kill
Yeah.
or something to capitalize
Wait,
on.
he picked up one of his trips and he did it after and he just beat the timing. Bone Cold
Oh my word.
has got the best timing in the world. That's incredible.
In the end, but that has certainly weakened the site hold. This kind of isolates Sugetsu to his own Viper's Pit. They can plant around this.
Wait.
Seekers have gone in though. And
Oh
it's the
my
right
goodness.
time to
Oh
strike.
my
Sugetsu, where did
goodness.
you get that third
Well, that's
from
one
in
way
that
to clean
head?
up this
That
round.
was-
Bone Cold nearly owned it and
That was
Sugetsu had
outrageous
none
from
of it. That was
Sugetsu.
sick.
There's not a single player considering the possibility Sugetsu's going to swing out of that pit.
Yeah,
Wow.
the confidence in this is
Beautiful
crazy.
adjustment on the second. Was it the second onto Molesey?
Let's have a look. Here it is.
That's ridiculous.
Damn, that's disgusting, isn't it? It's so good.
And yeah, curious really.
That
With
was
Bone Cold digging,
fast.
I guess the lack of weaponry
He dealt with
here,
the guy
they're looking for
dropping
a
as
kill or
well
two,
real
potentially get those
fast.
weapon upgrades to get Destrian back, but you're hitting a
Was
sight
just a
on-
bow-
on half
sorry,
right,
was
eco
this a
round
low
without
buy?
smokes, and
Oh
it's
my
difficult.
goodness, he's
CNET
everywhere
looking
now.
to go exploring,
Back-to-back
establishing
fast kills for
dominance
him.
in
They
the jet in this
insta-res
lobby,
to
but
go
Twisted
fast
back
for it.
on
They
his
don't want him
feet.
to kind of build a plan around it.
Take a chance at life here.
Flash goes over towards A, so they kind of know that there's pressure outside A.
It's always a joy.
In
One of those trees.
what?
Now, actually, Sender's
Cage?
been caught.
Through the cage, yeah.
I think through the cage as well, actually.
Cage goes up, goes for the spam, gets a kill. Dog cleared this. They put one over towards the angle with this, and now they can have a heavy rotate. Do have to worry about vents, so they're at least going to have 3. Nice.
That's a crowd, but thank you, Mel. It's quite unpleasant.
Yeah, because they check here, right? They check here when he goes in. Or he was doing it earlier, at least. So he avoids this trip.
He's managed to avoid the weirdness of it, but Sugetsu's still going to find it.
Yeah, they've done a lot of research into the pathing of the double duelist dive. Kind of cool. Because we saw him do the exact thing for this earlier.
Looking for the follow-up here. Molzy now noted. Gotta be cautious of Heaven.
It's all up to Destrian.
Shot goes astray. Destrian's got a new lease of life, but it's very short.
He's not come off the...
Wait, but it
didn't bump him off.
It didn't bump him out of the area.
What are his hands made of? How's he held on to that? He just got bopped
It didn't bump him out of the area. That's crazy.
He was just holding it the whole time.
Oh, that's gutting, isn't it?
That's so unlucky. That is so unlucky.
I don't often wish for Twisted.
I don't think I've seen that before. Every single time I've seen someone get bumped, they always get bumped out of it.
Yeah, as soon as this
Please give me this replay.
Popped. And to be honest, Sender hasn't been drifting ahead of those too often, so...
Where's the boot? Didn't get to see it.
No, I didn't get to see it.
See, unfortunately, this... Looking like
Molzy goes new box, yeah, they have, because he goes here, and because the Jet goes like this to spot back with an updraft, and then the Raze goes like this. It's the same thing on A, right? Jet goes here, and the Raze goes here, and they had the double trips for it. Like, they're so on it in terms of the pathing. I like the approach to this, it's really good anti.
Again, you need Twistin to be
dude, CNED is... Oh my god. CNED is kind of just popping. That's 3 in the past 4 rounds he gets the first kill. Or was that back-to-back 3 in a row? No, it's 3 in a row, yeah.
CNED's still there. Just saw a barrel, took the shot. Didn't get what he wanted, but the smoke to follow as well. Just gonna hinder the pace. They're looking for options, but they're really not being given many here.
But look at how they have to approach this now. It's shouldering every single angle. Just to try and bait CNED out. Or at least spot his reposition.
I like this smoke they've been doing. It's kind of nice.
30 seconds left.
Because they were doing this the last game when I watched them as well. Uh-oh.
Ah, shot goes astray. Okay. Oh, bloody hell, Shout.
Jesus.
Sharp as ever. Twistin does get the trade for it.
Yeah, he doesn't miss 3 times.
Twistin falls unceremoniously.
It's a very good half, especially when you consider this comp.
Now, upon review though, a couple of rounds that
when you do the double duelist comp, you want to be getting more than this. That's for sure.
2 hits that came through.
It goes without saying, this season, Twistin has been individually a massive win condition for this team. But again, where this sort of composition, this approach to split, kind of feels one-dimensional. Is yeah, okay, cool. If Twistin can't get ahead of everything, cast the defending team off.
Once they had shut down A, they never tested it again. Right, we saw the shutdown over towards A at the beginning. We called the timeout. It was working in terms of them going elsewhere across the map. But then that shutdown, they literally just didn't even want to consider going towards A.
Smoking off and Twistin dashing in. You don't really have any map control unless you hit a site together.
Yeah, we saw them attempt it almost with Destrian, right? But then again, they're still needed on the
other
other
side.
Yes,
M80? I gotta go for M80, of course.
Again, this is one of the harder things I'd say about playing Navi is their ability
Nin,
to be so
thank you so much, dude. 9 months? 9 months, Nin. Thank you, mate. Appreciate all the support. Thanks for using your Prime on me.
It worked a couple of times, I think 2 of the 3 rounds.
Yeah, this is to say, we didn't see any rounds that really rode on the back of Angel's utility. No. There weren't anywhere, I can maybe count 1 or 2 kills off the trips alone, but for that not to be so prominent.
The Moist Smokers, I've watched enough of them recently. I don't really know how they're looking.
It's been fantastic.
Am I going to watch it? Nah, I'm up relatively early, so I'm going to try and get to sleep a little bit earlier.
Oh, he's normally a treat for only people in-house. If you come down here, you get to hear.
We should get more screen time with Stevie, actually.
Katsuragi, thank you so much, dude. Welcome into Slug Club.
He can gas us up the way he gasses the crowd up. Take us to the next
That Starch, dude, he's like the nicest guy, Bacon.
I mean, to join us.
He is literally the nicest guy. Get some slugs in for the new member. Appreciate it. Chat, we got 40 seconds. I'm gonna spam my YouTube again every single day, uploading VODs. If you want to check them out, if you ever want to watch some VODs, they're there.
Probably Vitality's very good shot at doing some damage. this is now going to get quite scary going with only 3 to your
VNT
name.
Doran as well. It's already over. At least give him a pistol round fast.
You've got to say, if you're going to ask for a Jet to be self-sufficient, CNED's going to be the go-to guy, right? Especially having
Chess King, that's outrageous.
The momentum built with how that defensive half went.
Don't make me put it on sub mode only, Chess.
And again,
just for that one comment, I'll do it.
Back to this, but
I'm bitter.
it does become concerning when you enter a
Right.
half 9-3.
Let's see where we got.
And
the round 2, and then the round 3, and
it's kind of wild.
Looked like he wanted to go on top of it, to be honest.
Always classically was just literally the pistolero. This guy was the one and only with the sheriff back in the day. A bit of anything.
The Grumpy Sheep as well. Thank you so much, the Grumpy Sheep. New member of the Slug Club with the Prime. Thank you for doing that, mate. Appreciate using your Prime on me. Chat. New member again of the Slug Club. Let's give him or her a warm welcome. Thank you, dude.
It's crazy, right? You think surely that combined would at least give them some sort of benefit to it. Not been the case, but Navi making no real secrets of their presence here. So only real confirmation so far is.
Thank you very much for this. Nice way of approaching this. I like that. Just to get info, but this new corner is kind of nice. He's gonna maybe hear some rotations. We'll see. Cage goes in, and they're going fast with this one. This nade is great. Separates them big one-on-one. Gives them time to reload. Yeah, and they took no map control. Damn, that nade was everything. That shut down the whole plan. There was 2 people that wanted to follow this one up.
Gets found as well. Twisted, brilliant comeback, seemingly actually aware of the chance of it. And it does look like a B finish, but can in place send up not clean on that. Chipping him down as well, but it's going to call everyone over.
Cage to act like he's gone back, but he doesn't. He baits it. Zipan's trying to get the most out of this round, getting orbs. 3 people here. Trip close camera also. Nightmare.
14 seconds left.
God, they've actually done it. They won a pistol. I haven't seen them win a pistol for ages. 1-1 in terms of the pistols.
And Vitality win a pistol.
Absolutely.
Who would have thought?
Quick with this rotation, I think as well, probably identifying the same issues. Like we've sent the
pistol gods. Let's relax. Let's relax.
They're here so quickly to try and shut down this mid split from Navi. Angel desperate to capitalize on that flash.
Mosey did great. Good util from him.
Mosey able to find a key kill to really slow things down. I think
good. They were very reactive as well. I like their reaction over towards here. I like their reaction over once they cleared it as well. So I like how they played pretty much the whole pistol. But yeah, the nade and the kill and everything was the most important one. B main control. And they just let them take...
That's not a good
They just let them up and take middle, going for a jiggle peek, get punished. Omen flash goes in. Nade's good again. Almost. Almost. He gets one, nearly takes down CNED, 41 HP. Yeah, Mosey's doing great in B Heaven at the moment. I like them. They're very proactive at the moment, even against the ecos.
Oh, the timing's atrocious. Twiston just catching the heels there. Shao never stood a chance, and he can fall away from this now. That's very indicative, quite telling.
Well, it's telling that Angel falls that there's no cam outside A main, there's no trip there, so they can go exploring here. So credit to Vitality of identifying that point of weakness on the side of Navi in this round. Capitalizing very quickly. So seen it, is he still considering going for the Spectre? He's going to make his way through events regardless.
Favorite pistol I'm buying depends on the map, really. I like to have at least minimum 1 frenzy. Normally, though.
Spot both of the players, noting the CNED's not there. Puts Twiston on alert.
So at least the info's there. They don't want to double swing. Nice angle.
And absolutely correctly.
Damn, though.
Where did you just get 2 from?
Damn, they thought they were going to close that one out easy. Gets 2 of them, gets a plant in as well.
Hopefully he can't get this right.
No plant, but it still gets his ult, especially because he picked up his orb in the pistol round. So in terms of the kind of first buy round against the bonus, they're at least going to have an ult into it. So the planning ahead at least helped. Nice kills from him.
Zipan's got his ult now as well from that, surely. This was the start for CNED. Little catch towards Sewers for Twiston. You thought it was all over almost at this point, didn't you? But
well.
Zipan? Okay, Logitech G power up round. Let's see. Now, look.
Yeah, and then EMEA started using it, Bacan.
I can see smiles all across the audience.
Yeah, they love it. They love a tech timeout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do too.
Do you?
Yeah.
What about it do you love the most? In absolute rapture.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
But let's look at the positives.
Which ones?
Vitality winning pistol.
That's true.
Round 2 it got dicey, but
That's
round 2
why
on the
there's a
board.
tech pause. They're like, something's wrong.
There's something must have been. There's a glitch in the matrix.
Something has gone terribly wrong. Are we back in game?
It looks like we're back in game, yeah.
Okay, fast one.
Tristan actually getting early progress towards the base.
Dude, one of the worst,
one
of the worst bonuses we've seen for a while. Do have nice though on Twist, and that could be pretty big.
A rifle and a Spectre though. So Navi definitely coming into this with a huge
Camera contact, he goes aggro. They were not expecting it, yet he still wins the duel. 25. Yeah, dude, he wasn't even ready for this, and he still wins it out.
And it looked so right.
Honestly, felt like Twiston should have got that.
Unfortunate start to this one. Sugetsu can actually regroup here and catch his heel, and Zipan, I guess, anticipating some further aggression in towards Su as actually Sender's found CNED.
Sender goes close, and he went down from this one as well. That's a nice reply.
Angel desperately trying to backfill that.
Again, this team right now is pretty proactive with a lot of it. Ult goes in, 2 of them goes heaven. Damn. Yeah, it's just really wanted that gun. Really forced Inside to get this gun. Let's see what Bone Cold can do. Heal comes in for Sugetsu.
He ain't nearby. He's over towards B.
Bone Cold definitely going to have his hands full here.
Look, I'm a believer in Bone Cold. I'm part of the gang. But this is a lot to ask. 35 seconds.
Just catches a glimpse of Xiao, but unable to do any damage here. We've got to be conscious. Again, he's very paranoid of any further progress.
Yeah, and they're really so scared of this lock, and the pressure is just...
still clearing mid right now.
So yeah, that was nicely done by Angel. Still has his camera as well if he wants to get info on them.
I just feel like they have so little time to clear 4 players.
This is taking
At least pick up an extra gun.
Yeah.
They go to...
really propel them forward either, particularly. Yeah, Bone Cold going
to go to ropes, pick up an extra gun, but I don't think it's going to make too much difference.
Looking likely. Destrin, yes, we'll find one, but Molesey left in a 1v3. No real time to do anything with
this. The exits would be huge here for Molesey if he swings onto this.
Does he have the time?
No. So gets you back down to like 15 HP again.
Alright, nice round from Navi. This was just a bonus from Vitality and it wasn't that good. Maybe if the fast kill was different, it could have been different, but here we are. Important round, Twiston gets an op out and their money's going to be low on 2.
Sugetsu at 28.50, I don't know if you can sell a piece of utility.
Damn the crouch.
It looks like Twiston's got Sugetsu banged to rights there.
Absolutely. Halfway was great, but not a problem for him. 10-5 now, double digits have been achieved by Navi. Purchase will be at least conceding in some areas. We are going to see the Guardian come out.
Vitality is 10 out of 32 pistols on the year. That's pretty bad.
Absolutely fine with that.
10 out of 32 pistols. That's awful.
Time of his life before.
Okay, they kill the dog. They bait the same camera though. Hello. Gotta use the dash early.
Beautiful. Molesey tries to bait himself onto the Trailblazer to play Twisted in, but Angel spots it out with the spy cam as well.
So meticulous to even still go through that, right?
Navi take a lot of map control there. They've been very good at doing the Omen Flash in reaction, but we've seen no raise util. In reaction, they go and push. This is everything. That is everything. Okay, they win the important duel. They hold over towards this. We'll keep an eye on the timing of Sugetsu.
Feels weird. And is Sugetsu ready for the walkout?
Damn.
Not at all.
Yeah, nicely done from them at the moment. And now these guys at B main don't really have to do anything. They need to wait for everyone else to get in position. Very good understanding of what they had to do here. Bone Cold's a beast. Did they ever see this guy? I think they did.
I get scared when it's these two, though. Flash back up for Zipan. And they are individual in this. They are not playing together by any means. CNED being kept in check by Destry, and Zipan's gone down. CNED now.
Yeah, nicely handled. Good reaction. Dude, Vitality's reactions at the moment are perfect. I love everything about it.
Alive as well. Very good round here from Vitality.
Again, this is how you expect them to have to play this, right? It's almost what we
everything
wanted to
that's
see on
going
the
down in
attack.
terms of them losing the first kills or like getting info or anything like that. Perfect reaction, super proactive. XOZ, of course. Oh, XOZ, who else would it be? Thank you so much, mate. 441 gifted subs altogether, 10 right now. Thank you, XOZ. Appreciate you as always. It's just a stupid amount, man. 441. Chat, let's get a lot of slug approves in. And a perfect timing with it as well, with the timeout.
No, it's a normal timeout.
Okay, if you hear your name, make sure you say thank you to XOZ, Military Chest, Sumped, Sleepy Izzy, Micro Robo, Flyjin, P Quivers, Dragon Viper, NA, Blendy Hassie, Just a Shen Guy, and Alex Tsunami. Welcome into the Slug Club. If you heard your name, thank you. Over towards XOZ. XOZ, mate, as always, man. Thank you so much for that. Daewoo on top of this as well with the Prime, 2 months. Mad support from everyone. Thank you, thank you.
In that regard, Bone Cold and Destrian, huge props to them.
Seemed very vocal in this timeout as well, actually. Interesting.
Thank you very much. Okay, getting a little bit closer now. What's Navi's money like? Not good. Well, I say not good. It's a low buy, but it's pretty decent.
We said, pick up a pistol, cool, alright, yeah, you didn't manage the third, that's fine, but you went right back to business.
Okay, they get the op out over towards here.
Not bad. Now,
are they going to be good? We're going to have anything for this fake smoke to push him off that angle, so they're expecting this. Yeah. Gets away with a bit of info there. They are kind of baiting this in, though. They have a big read into this round in terms of it being B, and they're kind of just letting them have middle double info in terms of middle. So I like this setup. Aeolus. Aeolus1 has gifted the tier 1 sub to Aeolus_0. Potentially your ult, I'm not sure. Probably not. No one knew, but thank you so much, Aeolus. Let's get some more slug approves in. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Where am I? Okay, there we are. Just making sure everything's off the screen. So yeah, nice change up from Vitality. They let them take middle. We got info here. Do we have anything off the actual contact of this? Oh, it's a big mess, to be honest. At least have 3 people here. That's the reaction, and that is huge. There's my answer. Is there a reaction for it? Yes, Molsey instantly. Oh boy, that's clean. 2 armor rebuys, and that is it. Well, there we go. Trip gets shot, instant ult around the corner, kills 2 of them. Love the setup. Love the change up from Vitality as well, to be honest with you. I thought this was very nice.
You were saying, yeah, obviously linking
You're
together
always
the second, in my eyes, with this scoreline, the 9-3 from the first half, linking to 4 is that key round to get yourself back in the game.
Oh, Jesus.
Fantastic stuff from Vitality. Looks as if they do want to start slowing this down just a little bit here.
And playing that style against Navi, you feel you're playing
okay,
against
so we go into this one full buy. The money's really low. Important round. Vitality with that one, keeping it so clean, stacking up a lot of money here. They're looking kind of good for this.
The timing on this, yeah, we'll have to rescind from middle.
Okay, at least info.
But across the map, it's not all towards mid this time. We do still have the presence here. So we get to trying to be cautious on this.
And again, wall over towards A, you can kind of always tell how many... Oh. Yeah, you gotta smoke yourself to get out of that one. It was close. You can always kind of tell how many people are by the wall in terms of how people are shooting it a lot of the time. Full commits, you normally know that there's someone else watching on top of the wall. When it's like slow bursts, you normally can tell that it's one person just breaking it and waiting for your peak.
If they want to find that window of chance, Navi, they've got to get a move on now. Seeing it, going to go in first, trying to get up towards it.
They get full sight. There's a kill trip over towards sight, no smoke over towards middle. Maybe Shao using his extra smoke to get him out from B was the one that should have been here. Smoke is late though over towards spawn, so maybe it was on cooldown. Aeolus, thank you so much. This is my ult. Okay, we found it. Thank you so much for the gifted one.
The timing might just be right.
I like that this is how we communicate now. 2 on 2.
Down now to a 2v2. Twisted and Destrin.
Oh, it's a massive kill. Where the
Now in a
hell?
1v2. He's got
This
the
is
time
very
on his
hard.
side.
Probably has the shorty though.
Try and move in.
So if he somehow kills
Find these
Xiao,
players. 7
4
bullets,
bullets,
5
5
now to
bullets,
play
sorry.
with. Making a damn good go of this
Doubles.
one.
Oh.
And the final player, where the hell is
Double
Xiao?
smoke.
He has no idea, and Xiao is trying to keep cool, keep calm, and Twisted is on the
3
hunt
bullets.
here. 3 bullets. He's got to make his mind up.
Yeah.
Oh, and Xiao.
Unlucky on that one. Xiao played it.
So
Xiao was
calm,
very
so
confident.
calm. After you just lost a teammate to a one-tap blind.
Yeah, Xiao was
I'd be
very, very
shaking in my
confident during that
boots.
one.
Beautiful
Was not a
stuff
believer in the original
from
touch.
Twisted to even make that a likely scenario for him. But again, well worked from Navi. Again, noting very early on, Twisted obviously finds his kill. CNED spots him again, posted up on that deep angle.
Enemy remaining.
They completely mitigate the risk here from the operator. Dare I say it, is that 3v5?
Yeah, might
pretty
have
sure
been.
it was close too. It was a 2v4,
Yeah, I think it might have
2v3 at
been.
one point. After Sugetsu's traded out.
3v5 you lost in? Yeah.
Oh, they're desperate to isolate. Sugetsu is so aware of this now. After seeing before Twisted, happy to challenge
And it was a
this.
big round in
Wasn't
terms of
the
making them
last
eco
time.
again.
Yeah,
Sorry, operator.
again though, because Angel's not got his cam up here. It's just this trip.
That's like
so
that. That's the
Vitality can
devastating
post
one
up very
that
deep.
you think about. It's
in
good
towards
information.
A
2
main.
people here. They insta-wall afterwards though.
How long does he sit?
They have a lot of info. Every single time they got early info here.
I mean, if
We
Vitality
got early
had
info
prioritised
over
mid,
towards here. We got
this
Trip.
basically funnels Navi
Like
towards B.
they're
have
very
no
good at the
other
moment. They can
options.
make sure that
Yeah.
they get the rotates right.
You still gotta assume that Destrin's gonna be under a whole lot of pressure.
Looks like
does have
Destrian
the
went
score
for the
from Evan now
one-way and
coming back
missed
down.
it.
Molzy's there, Bone Cold's there, so he does have help. Still a 3v4 at the best of
Omen
times.
flash.
And they go for a re-challenge here.
Damn, CNED was the only person that didn't eat this Omen flash and he gets the first kill.
Yes, turns the flash, but no one was following it up just yet. And now
CNED's first kills right now must be mad.
At what Navi are doing, but 35 seconds. They
Yeah.
don't have much time for this.
Look at that, she split through here. Angel will spot out on the spike.
Someone's
ammunition.
gotta go hero mode.
Dangerous now. The flooding to the unknown. Twisted is waiting
Oh.
and delivering. Finds Zip and falls away.
My god,
20
weird.
seconds, he is
Weird.
surrounded.
Is he
He
gonna
has
expect
support behind
Viper?
him in the
Looking
form of
like it.
Destrin.
Getting
He
pressure
wants
from
to
heaven
get to,
though.
but he just looks away.
Keep an eye on the time. 15. They
Now
gotta
they're
go
terrified
though.
of coming
It's
up that
13
road.
seconds.
The cross gets caught. Twisted is doing so much damage.
this on
10
site?
seconds
Destrian?
now. They
Just got
still
seen,
don't know
though.
about Destrian. He's waiting on the site. They bound it. Oh, they got
Holy
lost
cow.
out. Time. 3 seconds.
No
clock.
time.
I don't think he's got the time on the plant. They've run the clock down just enough.
Holy hell, this was close.
I was talking about Twisted being played out in the previous round. Here, he causes so many problems.
Melons?
For Navi.
Yeah, I
and
think
Sugetsu,
they had time. I
Again,
didn't fully
opting
see
not
it.
to pinch through ramp. In that scenario, with 14 seconds left, you just want to throw bodies
I think
towards it,
they
make sure you get that
had a
trade,
chance
because
to plan
you even
this one. I'm
noticed
not
it. They
entirely
still
sure.
didn't know
Might have been
about
slightly in
Destrian.
the open.
It was still another player to deal
Yeah,
with
you did
after that.
lose.
So I think the game plan here, and it's been evident a couple of times here, locate Twisted and formulate a plan quickly on the back of that. Not paying off here.
Not- I mean,
Vitality,
probably it's
in
not
my
what's been
eyes, got
explained.
themselves right back in this half. Yes, 3 rounds still separate them. They're in the driving seat.
Yeah, they've certainly got the reins here, right? They're holding on to this one. I'm liking it. They're making Navi work for their dinner, right? Like, it's a couple of sporadic rounds, yes. That's about it. Now, all they've noticed so far is that Sheriff. There are 2
Deep
blind
smoke's
balls
going
seen in
down.
one.
So this time in terms of
Shower
how
the
they've
other.
approached this round from Vitality, and again, this is just a low buy
Close towards male.
from that for Navi.
Twisted,
They
dirty
try and do
out. Got pressure.
early
Needs to hold
mid
heaven
pressure
for
to
him.
create question marks here, but they
Move
still
on
kind of
will
cleared it pretty
reveal some
early
of
on
the
because they
attention.
are getting a lot of pressure
And there are
and a
2
lot of
players up
map
there,
control
Destrin being
pretty
one.
early. They walked and beat the
That move on,
smoke.
obviously
Oh boy.
Molzy by his side.
Okay, they get
Contact
free
down
in for
lane,
it, but
CNED
he's expecting this.
correctly deduces the second player would swing, but the paranoia catching him, forcing him away. It looks like they're adjusting.
Oh my god, so
here.
much happened at the
Trade's
same
gonna
time
come
there.
in, but now there's pressure, and it's on Sender.
Wait, Sender's gonna... Sender
Walking
just got
away.
round the
He's
corner.
so lucky to
Oh
slip
god.
the net.
He got Angel.
Oh
my
my.
God, he's got Zipan. No right to it by any means. Oh my God, Sender.
What a
You
monster.
have no right to
What a
do
sick
that
round
sort of
from him. I
damage
don't know
from that
how he
position.
came out on top of that. There was a double swing pretty much at the same time. Angel
Again,
knew that he
nerves
was
of
there as
steel.
well.
Sender
Like,
shit
holy
walking
hell.
away.
The smoke was, oh my word.
Yeah, because Angel started
Timing
looking
is
for him.
obscene there.
That is
And even then,
madness.
Zipan throws the Seekers out, and Sender still gets 2 from that position.
Yeah, and they got the extra ult out of them as well in terms of the
Ridiculous
Seekers.
round from him. But I said he gets 2, he gets a 3rd as well on top.
Damn, and yeah, Andy enabled with the ult. Yeah, Angel's devastated. He realized he should have got that. And the fact is that if he gets that, none of that happens afterwards.
Basically, one buy around away from tying things up.
Vitality are mixing up middle a lot. They tried to do the early pressure middle. This time they actually back it with bodies. Dude, they're changing a lot. It's cool.
On Navi towards A, right? Like, this is them now having to pour into this.
Navi looking like they might go for this one. Trip.
But this is a lot of players.
Yep.
Catches CNED on the way through, leaving Navi with just 3. Xiao, Sugetsu, and Zipan.
Dude, Vitality's defense at the moment is looking good. Another 3v5 though.
Something to work on their side. Twiston is chomping at the bit here though. Yeah, here he goes.
And the Viper ult's a good one.
They have no idea. How has he got this far? Completely unnoted.
Oh my god.
Of course.
The death from above. Shorty drop kill. Damn.
None of them knew he was coming. Beautiful work there, right back at the door. 11-10 Vitality with a new lease of life.
That was sick.
Really taking control in this second half.
That was
all
actually
on the
sick.
back of this mid.
Dude, I loved it. I'm loving how they changed so much up at the moment. The calling's great from Bone Cold.
Navi to creep through the map.
I read him like a book, man. Same round.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. They're reading exactly what Navi are trying to do in mid, and they punish it.
Is it Navi timeout? How many do they have?
This is their last.
Surely, yeah.
And again, like I said, Navi now in a position where they probably have to concede the next. I don't think the purchase is going to be there.
No. I don't quite remember the ults they have to play with, but I don't know.
I mean, I don't think it's feasible.
No, so this should be. By all rights, unless it goes a little bit calm.
Why is he wearing a mask?
11
Fnatic
right?
are in the building. That's incredible.
I've been hurt in the past, Michael. I can't trust anyone.
Yeah, literally playing on the same PCs as Fnatic, honestly. Can we blame him?
CNED.
Whoa.
CNED.
Whoa.
Scary duel.
I don't.
That's so trippy.
Oh. Back to 1.
Yeah, I don't think feasibly Navi have enough to throw at this. They've been throwing a hero rifle in here and there on the back of Xiao and CNED. A couple of times Sugetsu's donned one.
Right. What do they change up? Low buy going into this one. They got absolutely boomed out in that buy round. The changeover towards middle was sick from them.
But this second half has been the story of Twisted, honestly.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's okay. Knives, couple of hero guns.
But he's got a fight on the other side here. Let's twist and play this though.
Weird duel over towards A, yeah. And Sugetsu just goes close to the wall and just fully takes out Bone Cold on top of it. And he did damage to... And he one-taps Destrian as well. Oh god, how... Sugetsu, man. Sugetsu, how has he done that?
It up a notch. What the hell is this round?
Again, he just makes it so difficult to land that shot. CNED.
Yeah, CNED did great, but honestly, the damage was done here.
It's on the back of Sugetsu, finding 2 huge sheriff picks.
He just walked close to the wall, one-tapped the guy on the top of the wall, and then instantly...
Man, that's how Navi get to 12.
instantly one-taps Heaven.
It's
insane.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, Mozzie.
Jesus.
That's a whole lot of upgrades they're finding. Whole lot of weapons. Navi right back into things with 12. And an
what did he say in the timeout? Go
they need a chat.
Kill him on top of the wall.
How this half has gone, that's got to be a very frustrating round. Bone Cold there
man, that second shot was really nice.
And then to find the second as well.
This there's a fumble.
Huge round from Sugetsu.
That fumbled fast.
The second. Peeking into that? No thank you. Just a little headshot angle.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like a headshot peek both ways.
Yeah.
Bacon's caught
it's just like the risk-reward factor. Leave him behind the wall.
He's behind the wall. There's no, until he breaks that wall, there's no real threat.
Getting a little ahead of themselves there. Getting a
CNED did great,
wanting to tie it up again.
Worst case scenario, traded that set.
Because there's no chance of Sugetsu retrieving the rifle either. It's like you said, that risk-reward factor is so low, so low.
But until this point, Vitality had been winning out this half.
Yeah.
So this is that kind of anomaly, right? The blip on the radar. But the problem is it comes at such a precarious time. We sat with now map point against them. Navi getting to 12 here.
Well, we were talking about that. That should have tied things up. That should have been 11 apiece. Now Navi with a couple of chances to close this one out.
one away from Zipan's ult, one away from
yeah,
Sub
one away
Yampi.
from the divide and the Seekers are
Okay,
huge
2
rounds.
chances for them to win this. Man, the 2 rounds that Vitality have won have lost, sorry, have
They
been
have only managed, what,
devastating.
1, 2, 3 rounds
This
on
one
this
and
side,
this
so
one. The
here we go. How much
5v3
is
and
that
then the...
shattered Vitality's
I mean, this one was
confidence? What
fine,
have they
right?
cooked up in
Bonus
that timeout?
against
Maybe just to
full
calm
buy.
down, regain a
That's
little bit
kind of
that composure and
expected.
control, because
The 5v3 and
go
then the
back
one
in.
against the low buy.
Ziad without operating
Yeah.
a hand, looking to find his first
Devastating.
potential victim, but this is a very different look here.
Not expecting too many peaks on the side of Vitality here. And yes, they were awarded finding Angel and Sewers previously, but with how that round just went, might revert back to this much deeper hold.
Really protecting the orbs on this one. They take the one over towards B and Heavy fighting the one over towards A.
Off the table for now. Mid control being
Passive
worked
wall
towards.
goes up.
Catch the trip actually. I mean, it will be noted regardless, but it'd be good actually if the Trailblazer is the one.
Okay, looking like we're going to go into A, and this is the stack. We got info, and then we have real early info. And even when he falls back as well, we got the camera to bait Sender in. This is kind of nice. This is a hard run for Vitality to win. A lot of this is on Angel.
Steps. Just wisps of intention coming through.
All of this util is going to go down at the worst
Locked out
moment.
behind this wall, though.
That's big, but
Actually catches the peak.
But do they
this is
expect
the big
Sender?
play now.
Do they still check on
I
it?
doubt they looked for it,
They
to be
absolutely
honest.
Yeah.
He's got two! He's got two! It's still game
Rez
on!
comes in,
Ready comes through.
and they know about Angel. It's a nice slow to make sure that Angel can't get the kill on the Rez.
There's 15 seconds.
They managed to get the plant. It's another 5v3.
Players in heaven. They just want to flood Angel. He is oh my god! How is he doing it? Takes down 3. Unthinkable scenes and brings it back to a 2v2. Dexter and Twiston, Cned, Zipan, plants
How?
Zipan, none the wiser. Caught drifting in CT.
Cned 1v2 still.
Cned, can he close down the account? No,
Oh
he's got Twiston
my
over the air.
goodness, what is
Another
this
1v1.
round?
Where is Destrin? He's got to move forward. He has to take the
No, you crazy guy. Oh my god, that's an insane round.
Navi
Another
back in business. It got
5v3. Angel
close,
does that
but not
full
close.
Omen
How
blind.
does it
That's
end like
insane.
that? Angel just goes down swinging in vents. Ridiculous play from him.